Story time, man. Look, I got a story time for y'all. This is my first time doing a story time YouTube, so you know what I'm saying, be patient with me, y'all. Just thought I'd get y'all, you know what I'm saying, just if you at work, you riding, you got a long trip, you doing something, you in the car, you want to listen to something, get y'all a story time. I'm pretty sure we didn't all did this before, but you see the title, it sounds a little crazy, but when I explain it to you, it tell you why I did it, you will probably understand a little more. So, all right, check it out. So, I had a friend, right? This was probably like, this took place probably like 10 plus years ago. So I'm probably in my early 20s, right? And my friend was probably, we're gonna call him Jose. He was probably in his early 30s. So we all used to hang out after work. We got cool at work. So we all used to hang out after work. You know, it was a lot of us. It was a few people from work that was all cool. But we ended up getting real tight. So we would have little kickbacks and stuff like that. I had a girl at the time, my baby mama. We was together, my first baby mama. So we would be all hanging out at her brother crib. So we parties, you know, just having little kickbacks and stuff. So my homie Jose would come over with his wife. So immediately when I first met her, I'm already knowing, like, when I'm starting to see how she interacting with like some of my homies that I got over there that he don't know outside of him, because I had other friends before, like my friends before that I had outside of the job that didn't really know him. When I would see the way his wife would kind of interact with my other homies, I'm like, I'm telling my homies like, hey, kind of ease off of that a little bit, bro. That's my man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to be disrespectful. They wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but she was kind of coming on to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just flirting, just doing little stuff like that. So I approached my homie like, hey, get your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that in line. Cause at the end of the day, I'm not trying to have nothing happen and then everything come back on me. You know what I'm saying? So he like, oh, that's just her personality. That's just how she is. So I'm like, okay, well, all right, well, you said it, whatever. So it was one particular night when I wasn't there. I was on third shift. So everybody then kind of built their own little friendships. And, you know, my baby mama brother, he got cool with a lot of them too. So now people could kick it without me being around. So my baby mama was over there. And my homie Jose, his wife wasn't there. My homie Jose and some of the other work people, because I ended up getting her brother a job there too. So some of the people from work, you know what I'm saying, was all over there, and plus my homie Jose, they all over there kicking it at her brother crib. So Jose decides to get drunk and go up to my baby mama and tell her that she deserved better. So I'm like, I don't know none of this. I end up finding out because my baby mama and me, we end up getting into it about a week later. And she said, even your own homie said I deserve better. That's how I found out, right? Wow. Yeah, my man's told you that. So now, I don't know, it hurt. It was like when somebody tell you that and then it come from one of your boys, it's kind of like, it's like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? So I get to work the next day. I confront him about it because I'm on third, he on first. So and through passing, I confront him about it. So look, he like, instead of owning up to it like a man and just being like, yeah, I was messed up though, I did say that. He was like trying to like beat around the bush and say he probably said it, he could have said it, he was drunk. He don't know, but he wasn't trying to dispute it and say he didn't say it, woo, this and that. But he knew he said it though, right? But he was just wasn't trying to own up to it 100%. So I'm like, okay, so things got real weird between us after that. I just stopped talking to him. I completely just cut him off. And anytime he called me, I wouldn't reach out to him. Like, I wouldn't answer. At work, it was like through passing, we wouldn't speak. So he kind of felt that. He knew the vibe. So now another one of our mutual friends, so about a month later, a couple weeks to a month later, another one of our mutual friends reached out to me and was like, hey, You trying to go to this little hookah spot? And that was a hookah spot had just opened up. So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to go. Shit, you can pick me up. We can slide, right? So he picked me up. We go to the little hookah spot. We get there. He like, hey, such and such finna pull up. My homie wife, right? So at the time, they was cool. Like, they knew each other like already. So it wasn't really weird for them to be, you know, be cool and kicking it or whatever. They had never done nothing, but they was cool. And my homie that I'm with at the time, him and Jose still cool. That's our mutual friend. They still locked in. But at this particular time, me and Jose, we ain't talking no more. You know what I'm saying? So she get there. She get the yeah, we get to talking or whatever. She get to talking about how bogus she was and how he was wrong, and like that's part of the reason why she not with him now. I guess they had like, they was kind of going through a little break. You know, they was still married, but at the time she staying with her parents. She over there kicking it. She at her parents' crib. They kind of got a little break right now because of all this little stuff they got going on. Plus there was some other stuff. I guess she ended up going through his phone, seeing some other stuff he was doing. So she wasn't really rocking with him at the time. So we getting drunk, smoking a hookah. My homie suggests that we go to like some other little spot. So I'm like, all right, come on, we can go. Now she drove, but we get out to the car, she wanna ride with us. And then we finna, at the end of the night, we just gonna, you know what I'm saying, drop her back off. So she get in the back, I get in the passenger side, my homie driving. She tell me like, what you doing up there? What you mean what I'm doing up here? That's where I'm sitting at. She's gonna leave me in the back by myself. I'm like, you want me to get in the back? She like, yeah. My homie look at me like, he mad. He got that little look. He don't want me to do it because I'm gonna put him in the middle or something. And they still friends, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, do I get in the back? Do I sit up front? Forget it. I'm getting in the back. So I get in the back, right? So we all, you know, tipsy as hell. So she get to laying her head in my lap. All right, so she kind of rubbing my lap a little bit too. At the same time, I'm like, you better stop playing before you get something hard. And she like, what? I said, you already know what. And she was just like, what if I wanted to get hard? I said, oh, you don't want it to get hard. She said, let it get hard then. So we talking like this. My homie don't hear none of this because he got the music going, so he can't hear what we talk about. I'm kind of like whispering down. So I just start pulling my, you know what I'm saying? Start pulling my shit down. She look at it, she like, get the top of me. I'm talking about, I'm getting that like head back, got her head, feel me? Just, so I look up, I'm looking through the rearview mirror, through the back seat. My homie looking at me like, he like, what the fuck? Cause now he really know he involved in this, you know what I'm saying? So now he mad. So now he like, and now he just like, you know, I just put him in the middle of it. But at the same time, you've been in the middle of it. You shouldn't have even invited her out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, you already know how she is. So I ended up telling her, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to do something else. But look, that's why I went wrong, y'all. I ain't had no rubber. I had no rubber, cause you know, I was with my girl at the time, so I wasn't really walking around with condoms. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I had no rubber, right? And I end up going raw dog. So I'm blowing her out. Her feet kicking the seat. She screaming, moaning, whatever. So now my homie really mad. He like, yeah, you in the middle of it now. It's too late. So he end up, look, we look up, next thing you know, we end up back at the first spot, at the hookah spot. We didn't even end up making it to where we were supposed to go. We end up back at the hookah spot. He like, I'm dropping y'all off. So she get out, we put our stuff on, she get out. She asked me, she like, what you finna do? I was like, I don't know. Now I'm split between, like, I go finish this or I ride with bro. But he kind of blew at this point because now he involved. So it's like, I'm finna go with you. Get it. So I end up getting in the car with her. Now, we can't go back to my crib because my girl at home. we can't go to her crib because she ain't staying over there at the time, and Jose at home, and she's staying with her parents. Can't go there either. So we end up getting this little room. We end up getting a little hotel room for the night. Finished off in there all night, 2-3 hours, blowing her down, right? Go to sleep. I don't know why I go to sleep. Wake up, it's like 7 in the morning. I'm like, oh, you gotta drop me off at home. Get dropped off at home. See, now, my girl I was with at the time, my baby mama, see, I'm young. So she knew that when I used to go outside, I probably would be outside all night. I might go outside at like 7 at night and not come in. So she wasn't really tripping, you know what I'm saying? I get in the crib. I seen she had called me like 2 or 3 times, but when I get in the crib, I just tell her that, you know, I had a long night kicking it. Me and Jose went back to his crib. We was drinking. I ended up dozing off on the couch. And that was that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how me and my cause he ain't my best friend no more, you know what I'm saying? But that's how me and one of my best friend's wives end up hooking up. And the crazy thing is, like, after that though, we messed around for a little minute. Me and my girl at the time, my baby mama, whatever, we end up splitting up, like, over some, like, unrelated issues that had anything to do with any of that. But we end up splitting up, and I probably end up messing with his wife, like, about a year, maybe, something like that. So yeah, we you know, we did our thing for a little minute. He ended up finding out, I guess, but you know, he kind of had the charges to the game because he knew what he tried to do to me. So real players end up winning in the end. Yeah, our relationship ain't never go back to how it was. We kind of got cordial, but we never got back to that friendship that we had at once upon a time. It never got back to that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the story of how I smashed my ex-best friend wife. Good times, good times. Hey, I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all like the video. Y'all want me to do more of these? Then, you know, I got to get a little more comfortable talking to the camera. This is my first time doing this, so y'all want me to do a little more of these? I got a lot of stories. Like, I got some funny stories. I got some serious stories. I got stories that ain't just about myself. You know what I'm saying? It's about, like, people close to me that I was there to witness. I got a lot of stuff in the vault, man. I got a lot of stuff. So y'all want more of these? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.